while, obviously. And a strike 3 call.
That's the way to start it. Yeah.
Royals lineup is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They're managed by Trey Hillman. Mitch Meyer will be coming to the plate. Then Billy Butler. Jose Guillen, the former Bucco, in right field. Martin at third. Alberto Callaspo is the second baseman. Miguel Olivo, the catcher, with Tony Pena Jr. at short. Gil Mesh on the mound. Mitch Meyer, rookie center fielder, puts this ball out of play. Meyer, left-hand hitter, a 240 average with 8 runs batted in. They've had their share of injuries, these Royals. Coco Crisp is out.
Watch out.
Sharply into the seats. Ooh. Rifled in there. Trey Hillman in his second season as the skipper. They brought him over from Japan. He had managed 5 successful seasons in Japan with the Nippon Ham Fighters, and got a lot of play going into the 08 season that they would choose Trey Hillman. 2 quick outs for Virgil Vasquez. The Royals are currently 31-40. They're 12-20 on the road. They won 2 of 3 against the Astros. All 3 games were decided by 1 run. This year in interleague play, they're 7-9. Mentioned Coco Crisp out with the right shoulder problem, out for the season, and Alex Gordon has a hip injury, not available until after the All-Star break. They're also missing catcher John Buck. They just put Kyle Farnsworth on the DL. Ball 1 on Billy Butler.
Good start for Vasquez. Virgil getting the first 2 outs, getting his feet on the ground.
Now, he was in spring training down in Bradenton. The Pirates picked him up over the winter. Had been with the Detroit Tigers. And not just the Pirates, but a couple other teams took Virgil Vasquez off the waiver wire. But they didn't keep him on the roster. The Pirates did. As the Bucks followed Texas and San Diego and Boston, rather, after Detroit waived him. Strike is called. Boston picked him up October 28th, but took him off their roster, so he was on waivers, and the Padres got him on January the 9th. They took him off their waivers, their roster, and the Pirates picked him up on waivers on January the 26th. Time to check out Steve's Tips to Win, presented by Rivers Casino, opening August 9th.
Yeah, you want an extended outing from Virgil Vasquez, and you want to run on Gil Mesh. Greg will give you some stats when he gets out there, but people have run successfully on Gil Mesh. He's a very good pitcher, and that might be one of the opportunities that the Pirates have, especially with that speed at the top of the batting order.
Steve, that was just a walk, huh?
Yes.
Wow. Big leagues are different. They are different. There's a guy who walked a total of 10 batters all season in 80 innings at AAA Indy, and the 3rd batter he faces in the big leagues this year, he walks him. Former Bucco Jose Guillen in the hole 0-2. Scott Berry is at home plate. Phil Cuzzy, the first base umpire. Tom Hallion at second, and the crew chief is back from vacation, Jerry Crawford.
Yeah, Vasquez was 3-0 in his last 7 starts down at Indianapolis. A bunch of no decisions, but clean record nonetheless. 3-0.
How about that?
Boy, that'll work.
A couple of strikeouts for Virgil Vasquez in his Pirates debut. Bucks come to bat. Brought to you by PNC. Andrew McCutchen leads off, and it's Niger Morgan. Last 4 games, Morgan turning it on at .438. Freddie Sanchez bats third. Adam LaRoche, the cleanup man. Brandon Moss has been really hot the last 10 days. Andy LaRoche at third. And the bottom third of the order, Jason Jaramillo, Jack Wilson, Virgil Vasquez. Royals defensively. David DeJesus, Mitch Meyer, and Jose Guillen in the outfield left to right. Mark Teahan, Tony Pena Jr. on the left side of the infield. Alberto Calaspo and Billy Butler on the right side. Gil Mesh with Miguel Olivo, the battery.
Gil Mesh, a veteran right-hand pitcher, making his 227th Major League start compared to the 4th for Javier Vasquez. We told you about his start last time out, 3 1/3 innings, 9 earned runs against St. Louis. But the previous 6 starts, make it real simple. The previous 6 starts, a total of 7 earned runs. 30-year-old Gil Mesh, 6'3", 214 pounds, out of Lafayette, Louisiana.
1 ball, 1 strike. The fastball to Andrew McCutchen, a 13-game hitting streak. Playing in game number 21 of his Major League career. Breaking ball, and a strike is called, and McCutchen not happy from the look, the turn away. Scott Berry giving Gil Mesh the high strike.
Were you mentioning, Greg, that runners have been 11 out of 11 stolen bases against Gil Mesh?
McCutchen is thrown out on the bouncer to Calaspo. Niger Morgan will come to the plate, as he did last night, trying to bunt a runner over. His reaction, he was hit. That's not how the home plate umpire Jerry Lane saw it. And for the second time, as manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates, John Russell tossed. He was ejected in August of last year and given the heave-ho in the 6th inning last night. So he watched it from his office and saw the Pirates come back to win it 3-2. JR looking pretty spiffy in that old uni, isn't he?
Yep.
Breaking ball, called a ball, 1-1.
Of course, Niger wearing the throwback uniform pants more like they wore them back then, with the legs not down, or the pant legs not down at the top of the shoes.
Bounce to the right side and picked up by Butler. 2 ground ball outs to start the bottom of the 1st inning against Gil Mesh. Yeah, that's how he wears the uni. Has for as long as we've known him. Niger Morgan.
Freddie's going to do more of the same.
And a playful tap on the helmet from Miguel Olivo, which I know Johnny Bench would always do, Steve, when Pirate players stepped into the box. Bench just give him a playful tap on the helmet.
You never did that to me. Of course, I might not have stayed in long enough against some of those teams to hit.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
In no way Johnny Bench would have done that.
No, I don't think so.
Ball 1 on Freddie Sanchez.
Still a little sun glare issue out in the outfield for the Monarchs. DeJesus, Meyer.
2-0 count, and now 2-1.
That little sun issue will be gone in about 15 minutes. Gil Mesh won 14 games for the Royals last year, 14-11 with an ERA under 4. He's had good years. Came up with Seattle, won 15 games in 2003, double-figure wins in 05, 06. A little bump in the road 07, but they like him here in Kansas City, and well, I guess Jerry Crawford kind of likes him right here.
Scott Berry does too.
That's right. Jerry Crawford didn't have as good a look from third base. We had that umpire change. Sorry about that.
So obviously, early into this ball game, the strike zone questionable according to the reactions we've seen. And there's a walk. 2-out free pass allowed by Gil Mesh. That's 34 walks in 8 innings. And when the baseball world raised its collective eyebrows when the Kansas City Royals signed Gil Mesh, who, as Steve said, a good pitcher, but
journeyman kind of guy.
Journeyman, yeah, I mean, decent years with Seattle. His best year, 15-13 in 2003 with a 4.59 ERA. But then, before the 2007 season, the Royals, of all teams, a small market Royals club, signs him to a 5-year, $55 million contract.
Yeah, that'll raise some eyebrows.
Strike on Adam LaRoche. Now, you know, you argue whether a guy like Gil Mesh is worth it to a team like the Royals, paying him $11.4 million this year. They'll say, well, we needed a veteran presence. He is a guy that is going to give you 200 innings.
Certainly done better than Carl Pavano with that $40 million contract that the Yankees gave him. In 4 years, what, he won 11 games, something like that.
So now he's in his 3rd year as Mesh with these Royals. And a drive hit deep. And Meyer having trouble finding it. Goes toward the wall and he catches it just as he was able to look up into that sun with the sunglasses and find the baseball. Scoreless after 1. Royals, Rays and Monarchs, throwback uniforms, tribute to the Negro Leagues. Both clubs will wear those unis tomorrow. Ball 1 on Mark Teahan, left-hand hitting 3rd baseman. Teahan hitting .285 with 8 homers and 26 RBIs. Another injury, Alex Gordon, their regular 3rd baseman, is on the DL. 1-1 on Teahan. Followed by Callaspo and Olivo. A strike called, and it's 1-2. This is what the Pirates loved about Virgil Vasquez and other teams. We mentioned that took flyers briefly on Vasquez. His strike throwing ability.
Kind of an interesting odyssey how he winds up with the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was selected by Texas 2000 but did not sign, then signed by Detroit, claimed by Boston, then claimed by San Diego, and then claimed by Pittsburgh. So he is
3-2 the count.
I thought you were talking about interest in spring training this year.
Yep.
There's been previous interest, I guess is the point you were making.
3-2 the count on Teahan. And does not get the call there. As we said, it's different in the big leagues. Vasquez has to deal with it. Didn't get a couple of calls he wished he had.
Good looking pitch, because you got to consider Jaramillo catches that ball behind home plate, so
Right
as
there.
it crosses home plate, that looks pretty good at knee level.
Alberto Callaspo, the second baseman, he takes inside. Switch hitter.
Yeah, some people say, well, when you come up as a youngster pitching, you got to prove that you can throw strikes. That's a lot of baloney. So a strike, it should be a strike. You don't have to prove it to anybody but the hitters.
TN 3 steals in 3 attempts. Royals don't run a lot. Callaspo rarely strikes out. Third toughest in the American League to fan. And lines it toward the corner, and that's a fair ball. Mark Teahen going to be waved home, and there will be no throw. RBI double for Callaspo, his 27th RBI, and a 1-0 lead for the Royals.
Down into the corner, and Teahen runs very well, and he didn't waste any time. And third base coach Dave Owens not hesitating at all, watching him as Teahen came around second base. He was waving him from the get-go. See a long run over from Brandon Moss. He's playing over toward right center field, and that created the opportunity to have Teahen come all the way around.
Nobody out, 1-0 KC. Miguel Olivo, the catcher now. Ball fouled out of play.
And nobody paying attention to Callaspo at second base. I mean, he's getting as much of a lead as he wants, so they better not forget about him. Well, now Freddie's going to let him know he's there.
One ball, one strike.
Yeah, if your second baseman is going to help you with that guy, you got to make sure you let him get back to his position.
Vasquez maybe not sure here with Jaramillo going through the signs. It's 2-1.
Vasquez out of Santa Barbara High School.
And as Steve mentioned, he did not sign with Texas after they drafted him in the 7th round of 2000. He attended University of California, Santa Barbara. Strike is called 2-2.
And the thing that got him to the Tigers in 2007 at Toledo, he was 12-5. Got him the call up where he had those 3 previous major league starts.
Will stay 2-2. Not going to strike out a bunch of guys. Virgil Vasquez turned 27 earlier this month. Made his major league debut May 13, 2007 against the Twins.
That's another thing he's going to find out too, is that major league hitters will extend their at bats against him because he throws a lot of strikes, but as you say, he's not overpowering. So even his good pitch locations, they'll have a chance many times to just get a piece of the ball, extend the at bat. That probably did not happen as much in the minor leagues.
Line fair down the left field line. It's a 2-0 game and a double for Olivo. A leadoff walk and back-to-back doubles. Line past third. Olivo with 30 ribbies. A look from the Southwest Field Cam.
Yeah, so he can stop those little taps on the helmet of our guys.
Enough.
That took a little of the fun out of all that.
Here is Tony Pena Jr. Recently back from a broken hand. Just 3 for 31 at the big league level. 0.97 average. The son of the former Pirate All-Star catcher. Can you believe it? Tony Pena's kid.
Yep. Gonna start seeing some of that. What Doug Drabeck's kid is still pitching.
Minor leagues.
Sid Bream has got a young son that's got a chance to be a real good ball player. Already is a good young player.
And it's 2-0 on Tony Pena.
The years march on.
Tony Pena does not walk much at all. And you've got a guy who normally is a good control pitcher in Virgil Vasquez, but he falls behind him 2-0. Three and one.
One thing about Vasquez also, if he hits you, it probably didn't happen by accident because his control is so good. But there's one year in the minor leagues where he hit 20 batters, led the league. He hasn't been afraid to come inside, apparently.
Bounce to easy play at third base for Andy LaRoche, and then Freddie Sanchez, and are they going to get him? Yes! Oh, how about Freddie Sanchez? They double them up. Olivo, a base running blunder, and then Pena tries to get to second in the rundown, and Freddie Sanchez beats him to the bag.
Nice work by Freddie. 2 mistakes by the Royals. Here's the first one. Jack to Andy. And then Freddie's going to reverse it and win the race to second base. Second base umpire Tom Hallion calls him out, and that cleans things up.
Well, there's something you don't see every day.
There's as weird a double play as you're going to see.
6.54 DP. And he tags both men. Well, we're kind of chuckling at it, but don't think Trey Hillman likes what he saw. This is the reason. Plays just like that. We're sure that has these Royals at 31-40 on the year. A team that started out with a lot of promise, actually going back to last September when they went 18-8 the final month of the year. And then starting out this season, they were 12-10 in April. They led the American League Central Division by a half game, and then by May the 7th, they were 18-11 and led the division by 3 games. That's their high water mark. They've gone 13-29 since. Mesh goes down on strikes. It could be big. This double play. Sanchez the tag there, the dive, and the tag here. Pittsburgh, PA. Here we are on the North Shore, and here comes Brandon Moss. He's our Firestone stat leader. Fox Box. In terms of batting average last 10 days, Brandon Moss, .563. 9 hits and 16 at bats. Firestone, Bridgestone stats. And some other leaders over the last week and a half. Moss, Andy LaRoche, Jason Jaramillo against Gil Mesh.
Brian Pena on that list for the Royals. He's not in the starting lineup tonight.
Brian Pena, no relation to Tony Pena, and curveball, this not called a strike. 2-1 on Brandon Moss. Talking to John Russell on his radio show about the change in his thought process, how he and Don Long worked with him, especially in Minnesota, where Russell said Moss made great adjustment, a great approach, not to try and hit the ball to the opposite field. Didn't want Moss to have that kind of mindset. Russell says when he's good, it's just left of center to the right field line. Ground ball right at the shortstop. Pena. One down. Moss hits it right to the shortstop, brings up Andy LaRoche. Though he was 0 for 2 last night, he drew a very important leadoff walk in the 7th. And I thought there were 2 or 3 outstanding at bats last night, Steve. LaRoche is to lead off the 7th. Obviously, the walk McCutchen had in the 7th to bring home a run, but Andy LaRoche spoiled a bunch of Cliff Lee pitches to lead off that 7th inning. He would score the tying run on the bases loaded walk to McCutchen.
Yeah, those free passes, they were not easy ones. That ball fouled back. You're right. You know, they were extended at bats. There were several pitches, and staying alive, Andy LaRoche, and of course McCutchen.
Not only do you get a base, and in McCutchen's case, the Pirates got a run out of it, but of course you extend that pitch count, and it was good to see the Pirates do that, because you really had high hopes when you went to the Indians bullpen. They've struggled so badly. Jack Wilson, he was on base all 4 times, 3 for 3, plus an intentional walk and a great base running move in that 9th inning.
That was. I loved watching that. Loving the replays, because he actually switched directions halfway between 2nd and 3rd and got behind the shortstop. So that made that play that much more difficult to receive a throw from the catcher. If he's in front of him, then it's a lot easier for the guy getting the ball, finding the base, and finding Jack. But he wound up in back of him, and that, I think, was a key to the play. Plus, you know, let's not overlook Ross Ollendorf. Kind of head-to-head with Cliff Lee and holding his own, not letting the ball game get away.
7 innings, 2 runs, 4 hits. You and I agree the quality start stat is ridiculous. If you look inside each start, then you get a better idea. Ollendorf, 7 innings, 2 runs, 4 hits. That was a quality start. There he is, the big man, Ross Ollendorf. Going up against an ace like Cliff Lee.
Yeah, if he pitches like that, you don't even mind that he's got a little hitch in his get along. That little reset and hesitation.
Walk to Andy LaRoche, 2nd free pass allowed by Mesh.
One of the strengths for Gil Mesh, he does not give up many home runs. He keeps the ball in the yard. He's made 15 starts. He's given up 4 home runs.
That is really good. Much better than a couple of years in Seattle. 1 year gave up 30.
30 and 32 starts.
Now, we don't anticipate Andy LaRoche going anywhere. Steve mentioned that the last couple of years, opponents have taken liberties when Mesh has been on the mound. After base runners were hesitant to run against him his years in Seattle, but not the case last couple of seasons with the Royals. Last, let's see, 25 attempts, 23 have been successful. The stolen base department going back 2 years now with Gil Mesh. Olivo's a good defensive catcher, and 35% throwing out runners this year, throwing out at a 26% clip.
Yeah, and the numbers guru Bill James continues to say that base stealers steal on the catcher, steal on the pitcher.
There goes the runner, and it's bounced to second on the first, so they stay out of the double play. Well, Jack Wilson will come up to the plate with a runner at second and 2 outs. We were talking about his night.
Watch where he goes now. He's got the shortstop, and he goes behind him. Maybe you can see it better here. Now he's inside him. Now he goes to the back. That's like a jockey taking a horse around in the home stretch and getting a better angle. I thought that was the big part of the play, him switching directions, just sliding in back of the defensive man.
And as he said, being a shortstop certainly helped, knowing exactly what, in a wheel play, what the responsibilities were going to be for Johnny Peralta, who was playing short at that time.
It's a tough play. It's an effective play and it looks good when it works, but it's a lot of things that the shortstop moving over there to make the play has to do, because he's on the run, he's in motion, and he's got to look for 3 different things: the runner, the ball, and the base.
Throw to second. Andy LaRoche back standing. Jack Wilson hitting .304 with men in scoring position this season. Grounds this ball to the shortstop, Pena. Play going 6-3 to retire the side after 2 innings at PNC Park. Game 1 of 3 against the Royals. It's 2-0 KC.
Definitely worth the click. And by Aflac, we've got you under our wing.
And we welcome you back. 2-0 lead for the Royals. Greg Brown, Steve Blass, now joined by award-winning author Larry Tye, who is recently out with the book Satchel, The Life and Times of an American Legend. Very appropriate that we would have Larry Tye with us. First of all, he was the featured speaker today at the African American Heritage Weekend Kickoff Luncheon down at the Lexus Club. Larry, you had us all enthralled by your stories, and we're anxious to talk to you more about your book about Satchel Paige. Fly ball to left, and Nigel Morgan will make the catch off the bat of David DeJesus. And Steve and I were talking couple hours ago about the fact that Steve, of course, grew up an Indians fan, and he remembers very well when Bill Veeck signed Satchel Paige, but so much about this gentleman's life. You must have had a thrill writing this book.
Most fun I've ever had.
Is that
calling
right?
it work, yes. Amazing.
How did you get interested in that subject of Satchel?
Like lots of your listeners out there, I grew up hearing these stories about Satchel, and every great pitcher I watched, they compared him to Satchel as the standard bearer, and yet everybody's knowledge of Satchel was only an inch deep. And so when somebody offered me a book contract to go out and spend 2 years exploring Satchel's life, it was irresistible.
Quite an icon. You mentioned his name. Anybody that knows anything about baseball, I guess it was the surface awareness, but you got deep into it.
I got into it enough to be able to see that this guy was arguably the best pitcher to pitch for the longest amount of time in the history of baseball. There were other great pitchers, obviously, but nobody did it for longer. He did it for more than 40 years.
The strikeout of Meyer. Now, how old was he when he came up with the Indians?
He was 42, and he came up in a very tight pennant race, the Indians, the Red Sox, and the Yankees. He went on to pitch at age 42 to a 6-1 record, second lowest earned run average in the American League. And at age 42, 12 sports writers gave him their votes for Rookie of the Year.
At 42.
At 42, at which point he said, "That's great, but I'm not sure what year they were talking about."
The base hit there by Billy Butler, our guest Larry Ty, who has written the book Satchel. And he, again, was the guest speaker today. And you told us you really want to, the next couple of days, really kind of work your way around the Pittsburgh area and find out more about where Satchel spent some time here, too.
Yes, tomorrow during your Heritage Day here from 4:30 to 6:30 out on Federal Street, we'll be out there talking about the book and signing and
great.
talking about Satchel.
All popped up in foul territory. Adam LaRoche makes the catch. Larry, thank you so much. It is a thrill. This book is tremendous.
Great to be here.
And we'll
nice to see you.
We invite folks to come out and see you tomorrow out at Legacy Square.
That would be wonderful.
All right.
4:30 tomorrow. Thank you.
4:30 tomorrow. Larry Ty, our guest, and nice job by Virgil Vasquez. 2-0 Kansas City. Virgil Vasquez leads off. Pirates trail Gil Mesh and the Royals 2-0. Pitcher Virgil Vasquez, his Bucco debut.
And like a lot of pitchers, was a good hitter in high school, but most times that quality goes away.
This is his first big league plate appearance. He was hitting .250 in 9 games this season with Indianapolis, so not too bad. 4 out of 16 with 3 runs scored. Swings and foul, tips it for the strikeout. Tonight's Geico quote as we open up the Geico quote book comes from Andrew McCutcheon. You just have to stay within yourself. Don't try and do too much. I take a lot of deep breaths between every at bat so I can calm down and get ready. Just trust my hands, trust my instincts. Steve, now I don't want to put you on the spot, but when was the last time you saw a rookie, and this is his 21st game in the major leagues, he's 22 years old, look as comfortable and relaxed at the plate on a Major League Baseball field? It's amazing.
Yeah, well, I think one of the things you just saw was an indication of why he is that way. He doesn't make it too complicated. He doesn't get too cluttered. Was he hit by that pitch?
Yes, he was.
Good. He keeps it simple. He says he trusts his hands. He trusts his instincts. Don't get so much in your head that you wind up being overrun by complication. I think simplicity that might breed a little relaxation. It takes deep breath. I mean, he does all the right. This kid does all the right things. He does all the right things.
First player since Bob Elliott, 1939, to make his major league debut with the Bucks and have 30 or more hits in his first 20 games. There are a lot of things that he has done already. As we said, this is 21 games now for him that we haven't seen maybe in our lifetimes. Incredible stuff to begin a career. First round pick in 2005, the 11th choice overall, Andrew McCutchen. And will he look to go? Morgan showing bunt, takes a ball.
I'll tell you, when you talk about first round draft picks, this is what you want to see, and you don't see it all the time. Nobody can predict the future for a number one, but this is how you love to see it work out. And you just love to see that scene we saw after the last run was scored last night.
Absolutely. A fly ball to right field by Nigel Morgan. He knew he got it all. Hey, it's Morgantown in right field above the Clemente wall to tie it. His second of the season, 2-2. The pose.
How about a little M&M?
Morgan after he hit the ball out of here. Yeah, a little M&M, McCutchen and Morgan.
You love your M&Ms. And he crushed that ball. That got, 7, 8, 10 rows?
Well, he knew it, Steve, when he made contact. Watch this. Oh, yeah. A little flip of the bat like he hits 30 a year. It's his third of his career. And you talked about it earlier. You just don't hit a lot of home runs off Gil Mesh these days. Just the fifth he has given up this season.
Well, you love speed at the top of the batting order, and every once in a while you like to add a little power to that speed. And Niger flat out crushed it.
And we talked about when McCutchen got the call up that if Morgan can hold his own, he's a big part, kind of an X factor, especially against left-handed pitching. But if he continues to get on, and I figure McCutchen's going to be here a long time. What a 1-2 punch at the top of the order.
Well, the speed at the top of the order, and then a lot of speed in this big yard, center field, left field. It's not just left field that's big here. From center field on over to left field line, there's a lot of acreage, and there's a lot of room for both the left and center fielder to cover. And nice to have that kind of speed out there with the glove in their hands.
Headed up the middle, and Freddie Sanchez has himself a base hit.
Is there anybody else besides Freddie that can look so bad on one pitch and then get yourself another base hit? I don't think I've ever seen anybody do what Freddie does in a given at bat. Look horrible, and then find a way to get the base hit.
You're exactly right. Sometimes from at bat to at bat. Sometimes from swing to swing.
Yep. He is amazing. He looks like he doesn't just guesses wrong, lunges, and then the next pitch he just drills the ball somewhere.
Batter now is Adam LaRoche.
Gil Mesh, as we said a couple different times, got beat up by the Cardinals, but the start before that, a 4-hit shutout against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
132 pitch, 3-hit shutout of the Diamondbacks, and then 3 1/3 Sunday, giving up a career high 9 runs against St. Louis. Gil Mesh. Sometimes
it's there and sometimes it's not. But you take away that 9 earned run deal, and that ERA is quite impressive. It's 4.11 coming in spite of the 9 spot the Cardinals laid on him.
Nigel Morgan, after the 1-out hit batter, McCutchen reaching, and Morgan taking a look well over the Clemente wall. About halfway up that section. And 1-800-SAFE-AUTO reminds you are safe at home with Safe Auto, proudly supporting the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure. He homered last road trip in Minnesota, and LaRoche went. Well, the appeal at Crawford said yes. It looked that way to us up here. Looked like that to Crawford down there.
Yep. Down and in breaking ball. Yeah. Pitcher's got to get that call. Looked like Adam had made his mind up to start that swing early, looking for the fastball, and couldn't shut it down.
Brandon Moss hit the ball right at shortstop Tony Pena. 9 hits in his last 17 at bats. Sanchez with 4 steals and 5 attempts.
Not an overpowering fastball. That pitch clocked at 89 miles an hour, but when you're not looking for that fastball, looking for something else, or not quite thinking you're going to get the fastball, you can still be quite tardy. Doesn't have to be 98, 99. You can still be late on a fastball.
And Moss toward the corner. Guillen is over, and he's there. McCutchen reached on the hit batter, and easy breezy. Nigel Morgan sending that ball out of here. 2-2.
Because they wanted to be.
Now, did you have to right away? Can't you give us time to think? There, you
give
away another
you let
answer.
me guess every night. Now I can't guess, right?
Well, not if you're going to come out with the right answer immediately. See if Vasquez can keep these Royals off the board in the fourth. Martin walked to start the second. Like a changeup from Vasquez. Play going 4-3, one up and one down here in the fourth.
You might have just purchased that hat.
Highmark providing the caps, the Homestead Grays caps. He's got Alberto Callaspo doubled in the second. And there's the front of the hat. Fireworks tomorrow. Big crowd expected again. Sunday, batting gloves, wristbands to all youngsters. Kids Day. Come on out early tomorrow afternoon. You heard our guest Larry Ty talk about the festivities that will be taking place out on Federal Street. A festival. Be a great day and night for the kids tomorrow. Fly ball to center. 2 outs. Virgil Vasquez.
So far, so good. He's holding his own out there. And again, I think if John can get 6 innings out of him, he'd be delighted.
Miguel Olivo doubled to left in the second. Remember that play? That base running blunder then by Olivo on the ground ball hit by Tony Pena. He couldn't stay in the rundown long enough for Pena to get to second. And Sanchez made an outstanding play to double up the batter. He has been so good defense. We've talked about now the last 3 weeks. McCutchen going to get Rookie of the Year talk. Freddie Sanchez, is he going to be an all-star again this year? And Gold Glove, perhaps. He's made just about every play imaginable.
He's playing like that.
Yeah. Jack Wilson and he have combined for perhaps maybe the best double play combination in the game. Andy LaRoche has been solid at third. Take away just really a couple of games. Niger Morgan, great catch last night. He just keeps getting better and better in left field. That Pirate defense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Steve. I was just going to say, in contrast to the Royals, who have not, frankly, caught the ball this season, they have just in terms of errors committed 54. The Pirates with 32. And the ball hit to Andy LaRoche. 1-2-3. 2-2.
going down, recovering, not panicking, and making a good play over at first base. That could have been a disaster if that ball gets through. The Pirates score that run from second base.
The Home Depot doing more on defense. That was an excellent play.
Well, Freddie Sanchez did a little more than was required also, didn't he, with that double play?
Yeah. Andy LaRoche pops up the first pitch and maybe playable. Yes, nicely done by Butler, the first baseman, as he approached the railing in front of his dugout. Not sure how much room he had. Getting some help verbally from his teammates in that dugout.
You can't deny the fact that pretty much did it on his own. The Butler did it.
Oh, jeez.
I know. I can't help. I can't help. A lot of hollering, which you need. Let him know how close he is.
You're all right. You're all right. You're all right. You heard it.
There are times when you get a pitcher that's on his toe. The pitcher will be right in on about the foul line, hollering at him, helping him along with everybody else. You always want a chance to scream at people. Pitcher out there with ball goes up in the air, just start screaming.
That is fun. Sit down. 1-2 on Jaramillo. Batting .298 from this side of the plate, 174 as a right-hand hitter. Figure that Robinson Diaz will get this call tomorrow behind the plate for Pittsburgh because the Royals are going to send Bruce Chen to the hill tomorrow.
Name out of the past.
I'll say. It'll be his first big league appearance in well over 2 years. And then the Pirates, Steve, see Zach Greinke on Sunday. You want to see a pitcher? Come on out Sunday.
He is the man. He just lit everybody's chart up early in the year with that ERA of about 0.34 for a while. Some ridiculous number under 1.
Still the best in the league. Zach Greinke starts on Sunday. He had started out the year 6-0 with an 0.40 ERA, and the only others who won their first 6 decisions with an ERA that low. There goes a ball hit deep to right, and Jason Jaramillo has hit one out to give Pittsburgh the lead.
And nothing cheap about it either. The last one he hit just barely got over the Consol Energy sign above the scoreboard, but this one had a lot of carry on it. Pirates played a little long ball tonight.
Pirates who couldn't buy a home run for a long while.
These Pirates doing unusual things to pitchers that don't normally have these things done to them. You know, the quality pitchers that they beat, and then a home run barrage against the guy doesn't give them up.
Jack Wilson nearly into the gap. Another look, Steve, at the Jaramillo home run. Not a cheapie. And he knew it. Oh, how good that must have felt.
He knows it. Gil Mesh knows it. It doesn't take long for us to realize it.
His third. 2 of them have been off righties.
Yeah, I don't care how short it is to right field. When the 10 rows back, you got most of it.
Jaramillo, who homered on Wednesday night against the Indians' Jensen Lewis. Goes deep to give the Buccos the lead.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? You hit that home run, dramatic play in front of a big crowd, and you just go back and strap the stuff on. Get ready, get out there and do some catching.
It's a strikeout, and Vasquez will head to first but be retired as Olivo scrambles to get to it and throws him out. Jaramillo hit it out. 2 home runs have given the Buccos a 3-2 lead. 1910. Steve, you said why? Because they wanted to?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They wanted to play ball.
Yeah, you're right. Recreational activity for African American steel workers. They're originally called the Germantown Blue Ribbons. And then in 1910, renamed the Murdoch Grays. And in 1912, the Homestead Grays. There's the big man, Josh Gibson. Call him the Black Babe Ruth. And boy, Pittsburgh had two of the greatest teams that hosted the greatest players in the game. Homestead Grays, the Pittsburgh Crawfords. This ball fouled out of play. Of course, the Kansas City Monarchs for a time had some outstanding players as well.
Buck O'Neill, was he one of them?
Yes, sirree. Yeah. Josh Gibson, obviously. Buck Leonard, Cool Papa Bell, Ray Brown, Judy Johnson.
I mean, just some famous stories, you know, the Satchel Paige stories, and I'm not sure which guy it was. I should know the name, but the guy had so much speed he could enter the room, turn off the light, and get in bed before it got dark.
That's Cool Papa Bell, I think.
Yeah. The exhibition games and the road trips that they took. I mean, I'm sure there were some things that weren't so pleasant either, but a lot of things. They did it, barnstormed everywhere.
This is Tony Pena Jr.
A big inning for Virgil Vasquez, trying to get that fifth inning in for a lot of reasons. Another inning for John Russell to stay away from his bullpen, make him eligible for a win. Pirates prevail. It's one of the things that there's 3 different innings that I think are critical for a young pitcher in the big leagues. First inning, obviously, to get your feet on the ground. The fifth, to qualify for a win.
Oh, nice play, Vasquez.
Yeah, bobbled it, recovered, and got it done.
You know, we were watching him loosen up for, I mean, almost a half an hour, stretching out in left field by himself, Steve, today. And we were commenting about what an athlete this guy probably is. Southwest Field Chem, a good look.
What a play. Watch, he bobbles the ball there, recovers, sets that back foot, and a strong throw to first base. That's nicely done. That's a ball that can be thrown into section 114 or whatever it is down there very easily, and I've seen it done. That's a neat play.
Great work. Gil Mesh, the pitcher.
It turns the whole half inning around. Now, if he doesn't make that play, you got the pitcher up there probably bunting. Now you got a chance for the second out, comparatively easy against your mound opponent. Take it up to the top of the order with 2 outs and nothing happening.
Line to second. 2 outs. So we were watching him and thinking, my goodness, this guy, I mean, limber and loose, and I mean, obviously quite an athlete. So if you're looking for maybe some of the ancillary things that go around the mound, and obviously fielding your position is one of them.
Well, I was watching him do all that stuff for about 15, 20. I was exhausted. But apparently he's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
He really is.
Heck of a play. David DeJesus has struck out looking and fly to left.
It doesn't hurt also, you get a little bit lucky. Gil Mesh hit the ball right on the button, but right at Freddie Sanchez. So things looking Virgil Vasquez's way.
He's given up 3 hits. He's walked 2. With 2 outs in the first inning, he walked Billy Butler, but then struck out Jose Guillen. He walked Mark Teahan to lead off the second, and then back-to-back doubles, and it looked as though it was going to maybe start to get away from Vasquez, but he was able to get to Tony Pena to hit the ball to Jack Wilson. Miguel Olivo, a base running mistake, trying to go to third. They ended up doubling up Pena. He has given up just 1 hit since the Olivo double in the second. And he's ahead of another batter, David DeJesus, 1 and 2.
Yeah, the 3 innings I talked about, the first inning to get started, the 5th inning to qualify, and then, well, it doesn't apply as much anymore, but that 9th inning it's an educational process to work the ninth inning, your first handful of starts in the big leagues, because you see the finish line and you have a tendency to want to get all 3 outs on 1 pitch. But, without the number of complete games anymore, that's not as big an issue. But that was always part of your education. Know how to pitch the ninth.
Stays a ball and 2 strikes on DeJesus, a 24-year-old Brooklyn, New York native, 4th round choice 9 years ago out of Rutgers University.
And just one last comment too. A lot of people say, well, aren't you tired in the ninth inning? Most pitchers that pitch a lot of complete games or did will tell you, no, the adrenaline is there. It's going to carry you halfway through that inning. So far, so good for Virgil Vasquez, 4th major league start. Lafayette, Louisiana. No, I'm sorry, that's Gil Mish. I've got this card turned around again. Santa Barbara,
California kid.
Let's erase that.
Came up through the Tigers organization. And was in the rotation in spring training for a while. Pirates saying that he had a chance. There's a bouncer to short. And he has given the Bucks a chance here, hasn't he? 5 innings now from Virgil Vasquez, who helps himself with this stellar defensive play off the bat of Tony Pena to start the 5th. Halfway mark, 3-2 Buccos. McCutchen leads off. Pirates lead by 1. McCutchen hit by a pitch into 3rd and aboard when Morgan went deep. Gil Mesh for the Royals. McCutchen showing bunt, takes a ball. Mesh doesn't get that call, and it's 3-0. McCutchen bounced out in the 1st inning. He has a 13-game hitting streak, 4-pitch walk. So he's on again for his buddy, Nyjer Morgan. Take a look at our Aspen Dental play that made you smile. And this guy oftentimes makes you smile just by watching his play on the field every night. And this, a big grin. The Aspen Dental play that made you smile. A home run by Nyjer Morgan.
I like it when Nyjer tries not to smile. Keep that
that's
professional
not easy.
Countenance.
He waited till he got into the dugout.
Tough not to smile when you're having so much fun playing this game.
And it's tough not to enjoy. I mean, you have to enjoy watching somebody who enjoys his craft so much. It's not Nigel Morgan does.
You enjoy being around those kind of people. You know, McCutcheon's getting to know him a little bit that way, but Niger has been that way since day one.
Well, what a job. I mean, I guess it was Tim and Bob that were on the TV side the other night when he was mic'd up, and I talked to Bob about it the next day. He said, Morgan was unbelievable. He's like talking to the television audience while he was out there. At the end, he's thanks for watching. Great job, guys in the truck. You're the ones that really do the work. Unbelievable. Yeah. Runner goes, taken for a strike, dropped by Olivo, stolen base McCutcheon. He's 4 for 4.
Yeah, Olivo just shuts it down. There's no chance to get him. See that, Niger? He slid and stopped at the base, at the front of the base.
Went in feet first, too. McCutcheon had 10 steals and 12 attempts at the minor league level this season. And now Morgan knows he can at least pull the ball to get the runner to third. He shows bunt again. 2-1. Looking down at third base coach Tony Beasley. As you look at McCutcheon's jump, feet first into the bag and the pop-up slide.
Yep. Tuck that left knee underneath you and head on in.
Corners are in. Will Morgan be bunting here? Pickoff try.
Wow, that almost hit him in the head. Not the easiest ball to catch by Pena.
Two and one the count. All kinds of stuff can happen here. And he's bunting again. He drops it down to third. Bare hand throw and not going to get him. He bunted the ball hard to Tian, and he still has the bunt base hit.
There's your speed at the top of the lineup. McCutcheon steals a base. Morgan lays down a bunt just to move him, beats it out.
Well, Tony Beasley loves to see that. He's been working some spring training with Nigel Morgan to try and get him to stay still right there. Too often times Morgan is on the move trying to lay down the bunt. That was perfect. First and third, nobody out. And now will Morgan be off? 18 steals, caught 7 times. Infield shortens up. Fake to third, look to first by Mesh. And I think the bullpen is going to be called into action for Kansas City. Looks like they're moving around out there.
Pretty good lead.
Take a look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders stat. Barrel.com, definitely worth the click. Lowest road ERA since May the 8th, and that is entering tonight's game. That's not including the 3 runs. Barrel.com, definitely worth the click. Oh, pickoff try and a close one over there. Morgan dives back. McCutcheon at third. The M&M boys, McCutcheon and Morgan. They are fun to watch. And a ball 1-1, and your opportunity to see them tomorrow night, Sunday afternoon. Then the Cubs in for 3, and the Mets in Thursday afternoon, a makeup game, 12:35. And the Pirates hit the road. So Pirates.com or 1-800-BUY-BUCKS. Fly ball to center. This will allow McCutcheon to score easily. Now Morgan going to go back and tag, but will not go to second. Sacrifice fly for Freddie Sanchez makes it 4-2 Pittsburgh. 3 productive plate appearances for Sanchez. A walk, a single, and a sacrifice fly.
Now I think the percentages increase for the possibility of Niger taking off.
With LaRoche coming to the plate. Juan Cruz is loosening up in the bullpen for the Royals. Pitch out. That's what Trey Hillman and the Royals were thinking, that Morgan might be going on that pitch. There's the former Cub. One and 0 on Adam LaRoche. Fly to center in the first, struck out in the third. There goes the runner, taken for a ball. Oliva will never get him. Oh, call him out. Niger Morgan saying, wait a second. Tom Hallion called him out. Here comes John Russell. Wow. Maybe the replays will show something different than what we saw up here. Looked as though he was in there easily. The only question was going to be the overslide, which you have to watch with Niger Morgan. Wow. In the dirt.
Close. It's very close. Call Tom Hallion right there. Let's see if we can get closer.
No, never touched him. Never touched him.
Got that hand in.
Never even touched him.
And it didn't look like the hand left contact with the base.
Nope, a phantom tag. So the Royals get a break. He'll go as a caught stealing. Russell back to the dugout. A 2-0 count now on Adam LaRoche.
Well, you just have an instinct. I think it's just human nature. When the ball is thrown to second with a bounce, you just assume your chances are good. And the tag made, and they get the call.
Yeah, from that replay, it looked as though he never touched Morgan, even after getting the ball out of the dirt. But close nonetheless. 2-1 count on Adam LaRoche. And now 3-1.
One thing that helps a defensive player taking that, and the art of the tag comes into play. That bounce, you can't be on the way up as you take the bounce. You just got to be holding your ground and hoping you're low enough.
Line to right on a 3-1 pitch.
Now people will say, oh, there would have been another Pirate run. 95% chance that play right there with the base hit would not have happened exactly that way.
Here's one more look. The end of the play. I don't know if this is as good an angle. I think that other angle. He's still in there, even if he does tag him.
He's tagging him. He's tacking him up on the body.
But see, I don't think he ever tagged him. This angle's better. Never touches him. Here's got the ball now. Never touched him.
There it is. Yeah, that's a great shot. Great shot.
But again, I go with you, Steve, that you can never assume that LaRoche then singles to right to score Niger Morgan, because so many things are different.
Yeah.
The pitch sequence is different from the pitcher.
You can't assume it's going to happen. You just can't.
Now Brandon Moss, he's grounded to short and flied to right. One ball, one strike. .82 pitches thrown now by Gil Mesh. Falls behind 2-1.
Greg, you were talking about the home run drought, but I think recently in the last 12 or 14 games, the Pirates have averaged at least one home run.
Yeah,
they've turned it back around.
Long ball, suddenly part of their arsenal. Jammed Moss, and he bounces it to second. The Pirates get one. The leadoff walk to Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen has scored 2 times tonight. He has scored 16 times in 21 games. The Bucks up by 2.
A day.
Sun sets. The Pirates lead 4-2. Mitch Meyer bunts the ball foul. Check out our day automotive this day in Pirates baseball history. Jason Thompson hit a pair of home runs in each game of a doubleheader split with the Cubs in Chicago on June 26, 1984. Day automotive this day in Pirates history. A pair of homers in each game of the doubleheader. Buccos won the opener 9-0, then lost the nightcap 9-8. Oh, well done by Vasquez.
Yep. Nothing wrong with this performance. 2 runs given up, and they happened very quickly in the second inning, but he's been fine, and that's what, 8 in a row he's retired?
Yeah.
5 punch outs. He will throw his 80th pitch here in the 6th inning.
While Cruz continues to loosen up, that a good indication that Gilmesh might be done.
Pours in the strikes. Hey, Greg, while we have a minute, just want to thank Rose and Al Waleski from Natrona Heights.
Thank you.
They have been so strong over the years, sending us up cookies, platters of cookies, and yeah, don't want to hear too much about that, but
delicious.
We want to let them know we appreciate it, and they will be dealt with properly. So, Rose and Al, thanks for being such great Pirate fans and what you do in the baked goods department. How about
brother?
Go to the whip here, Virgil.
Man.
And these weren't just strikeouts that guys just missed decent pitches. Good slider down and in, and now this slider down and away to a right-hand batter. Strikeouts number 5 and 6 to just go to town on here in the top of the 6th inning.
Oh, man.
This guy wants to stick around.
And a strike. After maybe shaky first 5 batters because he walked 2 of the first 5 and then gave up the back-to-back doubles. Vasquez looking like he has everything under control.
Right to this point, spinning up a little tighty 3-hitter.
Check swing on Jose Guillen. Can he be 33 years old? Remember
what, 97, the Freak Show.
Yep, rookie 1997 season.
I will never ever forget the throw he made in Denver.
No one will forget that. 1998, the following year.
Yep, he was on the warning track against the wall, and I think it was Keith Osick, for whatever reason, playing third base.
Nafi Perez, the runner.
A bullet to get Nafi Perez at third base from the right-hand right field warning track.
Clothesline, 360 feet, right to third. Vasquez now goes full on Jose Guillen. Second pitcher in Major League history with the initials VV to start a game. How about that?
Vito.
Vito. There it is. Valentinelli. Valentinelli. 54 to 59. Again, fouling this one out of play. Virgil Trucks was a pretty good pitcher, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. What about that Joan Baez's brother and the day they drove old Dixie down, brother Virgil?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Virgil Trucks. Virgil Fire Trucks, they called him.
Fly ball toward the line and left, and it is going to go into the seats. Yeah, watch out is right. If you're in the stands, that guy might end up in the stands with you. Morgan.
Well, if that happens, you'll have a fun conversation. And you know what? Nothing happened there, but he had a good time doing that. He just had a good time doing that.
Jeez.
He seems to have a good time with most aspects of his life.
I guess I understand he was mic'd up the other night. Said, I'm just out here talking to the burgers. Talking to the Berg. Another 3-2 pitch coming from Vasquez. Again, smoked foul left side. Jose Guillen was given a 3-year, $36 million contract before last year by these Royals. Dayton Moore, the general manager, took over 3 years ago. And a fly ball to left. Back is Morgan. Can't make the catch this time. He misread that a bit as Jose Guillen one-armed it out there for a double.
And I don't think that Niger thought that that ball was going to carry like that. Jose Guillen is strong. He gets so many good jumps, and I don't think he got the jump he wanted on that play.
Right, he didn't think that that ball was going to travel like that. That awkward-looking off-balance swing from Guillen on that breaking ball was well low and away. 8th double of the season. Although, don't tell him.
Yeah.
He's not real happy right now.
He's not happy with that aspect of his life.
No, he thinks he should have caught that. Upset that he misread it. Martin has walked and bounced to second.
And you want Vasquez to be able to clean this up, because that lead that the Pirate has is only 4-2, and he had a chance right there to get out of his 6th inning. And now he's going to have to try it again.
Off speed to start him off. Fastball low, 1-1.
We mentioned that Vasquez had a complete game down at Indianapolis, so he has been late in ball games. Nice off-speed pitch.
Vasquez now ahead of Martin, 1-2. He has 6 strikeouts. He's given up 4 hits. 3 of them have gone for doubles. He's walked 2. This was to be Charlie Morton's spot tonight, but Pirates and Morton wanting to be absolutely certain that that hamstring issue won't be an issue. So Morton will pitch Sunday. That had been Ian Snell's spot. Snell optioned yesterday, and Vasquez up. 1-2. Stays 1 ball 2 strikes as the fastball was fouled out of play off to the left.
Yeah, Charlie, step right up against Zach Greinke.
Yeah.
Well, not going to be any treat against Gil Mesh either, you know, the way he has thrown most of the year for the Royals.
Yeah, their top 2 pitchers pitching Friday and Sunday. Mesh tonight, Greinke on Sunday. Pickoff try at second.
That might have been a little fun if that throw by Virgil wasn't high and wide. Here comes Jack.
Jammed him. Stays 1-2.
So we've talked about Sunday. Saturday, tomorrow night, there should be a huge crowd here. Be watching Bruce Chen, as you said, against Paul Mahalam.
Jaramillo and Vasquez discuss. Tomorrow night, we mentioned fireworks after the game. And come on out early for Heritage Day festivities right outside on Federal Street. Live music, food, and a beer garden. All starts tomorrow afternoon and concludes with the Zambelli fireworks show.
Larry Ty will tell you all about Satchel Paige at 4:30.
Larry Ty, the author that we had in the booth. 1 ball 2 strikes on Martin. Guillen at second, 2 down. Jammed him again, and it's off the foot. 2 strikes.
This is what you want to do. Bang one off your foot, knee, leg, ankle.
Delwyn Young took one off his shin the other day, Steve, on the road trip, and just started jogging to first base. And they picked up the ball and threw him out.
Okay. I see.
Got him.
Nice. Nice stuff.
Virgil Vasquez with 7 strikeouts in his Pirates debut, including 3 here in the 6th. Meyer, Butler, and Tian. 4-2 Pittsburgh. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. How about that little fancy editing? A little bit of the game tonight with some footage of the old Negro Leagues as both the Pirates and the Royals pay tribute to 2 of the great teams in the Negro Leagues. Juan Cruz.
Juan Cruz, way back when, was a Chicago Cub. Had to try a few starts. Worked him out of the bullpen last 3 years with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Gilmesh going 5 innings, giving up 5 hits, 4 runs. Line drive left field, just foul. Andy LaRoche has walked and fouled out. Virgil Vasquez, 6 innings, 7 Ks. Ball popped up to left. De Jesus.
And some activity in the Pirate bullpen now.
Let's check out how we got to this point with tonight's game summary brought to you by A&L Motors. Nyjer Morgan, a 2-run homer in the 3rd, and that tied it at 2. Jason Jaramillo, solo home run in the 4th, untied it. 1 through 3 hitters for the Buccos, McCutchen, Morgan, and Sanchez combined to go 3 for 5 with 3 runs, a couple of walks, 3 ribbies. Tonight's A&L Motors game summary. Jason Jaramillo, Steven Jackson in the Bucco bullpen. Approaching the 9th spot in the order. Vasquez would be in the hole. Looks like somebody else has a bat down there, huh? Is that Hinsky by the steps? Yes.
Yep.
Maybe indicating that it is it for Vasquez as John Russell figures, heck, 6 innings, 2 runs, 99 pitches, 7 Ks. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say a word.
One ball, 2 strikes. And it all may depend still on whether Jack Wilson gets on. If Wilson is retired and they don't need a pinch hitter, maybe Vasquez goes back out there. Wilson has bounced to short and flied to center.
Well, I would like to see him go back out there. Let me just put it that way. It may not happen, but kind of like to see it after he strikes out 3 batters in the 6th. But they may have other plans.
Bunt try and a miss. Hinske is out on deck. One ball, 1 strike. McCutchen, a couple of runs scored. On base twice. And there's Vasquez. Deep to left. Can he sneak it inside the foul pole? Yes! And then some. A jack. Line drive deep toward the rotunda. Pirates extend their lead to 5-2.
Interesting at bat. Jack attempted a bunt base hit early, and I'm saying, well, hey, 2 outs, not much happening down by the bottom. Why not give yourself a chance just to hit one over the fence and get a quick run after 2 quick outs? And so that's what he does. Turns it around, hits it over the fence.
Bouncing up to the rotunda. Now Hinske does pinch hit. So the long ball is back. Part of the Pirate arsenal. Jack Wilson has hit safely in 9 of his last 10 games. His 3rd home run of the season.
Well, Virgil Vasquez goes 6 innings, giving up a couple of runs. They came in the 2nd inning right off the bat. Nobody out. They scored 2 quick ones, and they wound up having just 2 base runners after that through the 6th inning. Walked 2, struck out 7. Terrific job by Virgil Vasquez.
Two and two on the pinch hitter, Hinske. Yep, Virgil Vasquez for sure.
You don't go back.
Pirate debut. What a job. Throwing strikes, Steve.
Yep, he walked a couple, but it was early. After that,
he walked 2 of the first 5, but then, as you said, getting his feet under him.
Yep, after the 2nd inning, just 2 base runners.
Just 4 hits. Hinske lifts one to right. Guillen. And that does it, but Jack Wilson provides Virgil Vasquez and the Pirates with another run. The long ball out tonight. 3rd home run for the Buccos, 3rd of the year for Jack Wilson. The Pirates have a 5-2 lead. that very important double play in the second inning. Olivo tagged out, and then Tony Pena. Marty Sanchez tagging both men out.
And the Pirates might have got a call there as he tagged him up on the leg, but the Pirates got the call. Kind of an interesting 6-5-4 double play.
Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Steven Jackson takes over for Virgil Vasquez.
Worked Wednesday night, gave up a couple home runs against the Indians.
That was a bizarre inning. At the first 2 outs rather routinely. Then a ball hit off the glove of third baseman Andy LaRoche. Kelly Shopik then homered. LaRoche committed another error, an infield hit, then a home run and a walk, and that was it for Jackson. Sean Burnett came on and quickly got the last out. Pirates won the game 10-6.
And that's what you want from Steven Jackson. Fill up the zone with strikes.
Pop up. Sanchez out, but it's Moss. This season, FSN giving you the chance to win a Grand Slam Fan Appreciation Day at the ballpark. Keep watching tonight's Pirates game on FSN for the 7th inning stretch keyword of the game. And then hit FSNinsider.com for your chance to win a Grand Slam Fan Appreciation Day at the ballpark. We'll have that keyword coming up shortly.
We're allowed to guess it what the keyword is?
Yeah, that's a fun thing to do. Yeah, guess the keyword.
Okay.
Well,
Vasquez.
Bounced to Hopper. Andy LaRoche. That is not the key word. Don't go to your computers and punch up Vasquez.
You said I could guess.
Well, you can, but that's not it.
All right.
Tony Pena hit into that weird double play. And then Vasquez made a nice defensive play off Tony Pena's chopper to the left side. Traded from Atlanta in June 2007 for a minor league pitcher.
I remember the day his dad got traded.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day. We got Van Slyke, LaValliere, and Mike Dunn.
Yep.
We thought it was a joke.
Yeah, that's true. But it led to the winning teams of the early 90s.
Yep.
2-0 the count.
I think Mike Dunn won 14 games his first or second year. And Greg, I got to say, he used to carry around more newspapers from around the country than you do. And you carry a bunch of them.
Mike Dunn?
Mike Dunn had every newspaper in America every morning on the road.
3-0 on Pena. And again, we underscore the fact he's a tough man to walk. You get a chance to get an out. He's 3 for 33 with 2 walks this season.
I think if we get a close-up, there's no doubting that this is our Tony Pena's son. See it facially.
Chews the gum like Tony, his dad. Strike 2. That's 3-2.
You won't get that call every time, but the Pirates get it there.
2 years ago, he set a Royals franchise record streak of 65 straight games without a free pass, covering 244 plate appearances. It was the longest walkless streak by a non-pitcher since Sean Dunston in 1999 and 2000, when 322 plate appearances without a free pass. And he strikes out looking. Steven Jackson, a 1-2-3 top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by our friends at Levin Furniture. Pirates lead it 5-2. Hit FSNinsider.com to register for your chance to win. 15 loyal fans receive a Grand Slam Fan Appreciation Day at the ballpark July the 9th, courtesy FSN and the Pirates. Once again, tonight's keyword is triple. Log on now to FSNinsider.com. How appropriate, as this triple machine is going to be stepping to the plate here. Andrew McCutchen, strike one. When all is said and done, he may set some triples records. 0-2. 13-game hitting streak on the line as he faces Juan Cruz. He has 5 triples since his call-up, which is tied for the league lead. And that's rare. 3-pitch strikeout of Andrew McCutchen. That might be a first. Second K for Juan Cruz.
And you wonder if he'll get another chance to extend the streak.
Nigel Morgan now with 9 hits over his last 19 at bats. He's going to drift out of play, and it's 0-2. His 3rd career home run came with 1 out and a man on in the 3rd. He's tied Gilmesh and the Royals at 2. A bunt single in the 5th. Was called out on a steal attempt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bucks up 5-2, looking for more. 1 away in the 7th. Fly ball to Guillen. 2 down. If you're traveling and can't watch your Pirates on FSN, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv, the ultimate baseball experience, featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer, and catch those you miss on demand. For more details, visit Pirates.com, where baseball is always on.
You know, Greg, way back when we saw Juan Cruz with the Cubs, I don't know, he caught my attention for some reason. He's not the biggest guy. Back then, he could really throw the ball hard for a guy that was not oversized. And when Ian Snell first came up, I said, this guy, Ian Snell, reminds me a little bit of a young Juan Cruz. Not the biggest guy, but a good live arm.
I have to think that the Cubs had hoped maybe to get a little bit more out of Cruz than they did.
Absolutely.
Hit the other way to Guillen. And the Pirates are retired in order for the first time tonight, but lead it 5-2.
this general area out front so he can do whatever he wants.
You can catch the entire tip on Sunday's Pirates pregame show beginning at 1 right here on FSN Pittsburgh. It's just always so pretty. You just never get tired of it.
Nope.
I'm sorry if you get tired of us talking about it, but it's just remarkable. What a park they've built here. Willie Bloomquist bats for Cruz. Steven Jackson's second inning. Bloomquist batting .274. Signed as a free agent this winter. Former third-round pick of the Seattle Mariners. Parts of 7 years with the M's. Diving try by LaRoche. Jack Wilson quickly off. He got that ball out of his glove before you knew it, and then throws a strike off balance to Adam LaRoche.
It just happens so often with Jack. You wonder if we have enough appreciation for the way he plays shortstop. When he finished up on this play, he wound up in foul territory. Look at this by Andy. He's got to go on the run, throw back across, accurate and strong. That's just silly. That play is just silly how good it is.
That's Steven Jackson loved Jackson throwing that perfect strike to Adam LaRoche. Jackson Wilson, and that is it for Steven Jackson.
The play of the game right there.
Columbia Gas 811 call to the pen. Sean Burnett heads to the mound. 5-2 Pirates. With the curve hitting 298 and climbing. Yorkis Hernandez, one of the players, came over in the Nate McLeod deal, along with pitcher Jeffrey Locke and pitcher Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton will start on Sunday for the Buccos, and he'll be opposed by Zach Greinke. Virgil Vasquez looking to see if the Pirates can get the last 5 outs for a W.
And we are talking about first Major League W.
Yep. 4th Major League start, 6th Major League appearance, and looking for his first big league win. Always special. There is Charlie Morton. He'll start Sunday. Paul Mahalam tomorrow night. about pitching. Buccos entered tonight's action 9th in the league in ERA, 4.33. 16 teams in the senior circuit. That man has done great work. Joe Kerrigan. Line the other way. Morgan. David DeJesus retired. 2 outs in the 8th. Brian Pena is going to pinch hit for the left-hand hitting Mitch Meyer. Here in the 8th with 2 outs, no one on. Brian Pena, switch hitter, .310 average, 1 homer and 3 RBIs, just 29 at bats. Pena had his contract purchased from AAA Omaha last day of May. Up and in. 22 games for the Omaha Royals, was hitting .307. And past Adam LaRoche. And looking to go to second. Moss's throw, and out! Oh my goodness! Moss got rid of it quickly. A great tag at second base by Jack Wilson. And another base running mistake by the Royals.
Yep, and the Pirates are cooking. They're making all the plays they need to tonight.
Chevrolet, in case you missed it around the major leagues, Giovanni Soto hit a high drive home run, a 3-run homer. The 5-4 win over the White Sox. Milton Bradley left U.S. Cellular Field after a confrontation with Lou Piniella in the clubhouse. Well, they won the game. Roy Halladay rejoins the Blue Jays rotation on Monday, and the Yankees, fearing the X-Man, Xavier Nady, will need Tommy John season-ending elbow surgery. Willie Bloomquist stays in the game in center.
Usually confrontations with Lou Piniella did not end well with the guy who's facing Lou Piniella.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to end up resolving that one.
Milton Bradley again. Lou Piniella, by the way, Rookie of the Year in the American League with the Kansas City Royals back in the late 60s.
Bounce to second. Play's going to go 4-3, one away. How about the ending to this?
Yep, another
inning?
Bad decision by a Kansas City Royal player, and he's got that play right in front of him. You've got to be absolutely sure you're down 3 runs and he's tagged out, and it's not been a good night for base runners for the Royals. First of all, there haven't been enough of them, and the ones that have been out there haven't made real good decisions. Veteran Jamie Wright.
He was in camp with the Pirates a couple years ago.
11th or 12th major league season. Started playing pro ball in 1993.
Fouled out of play. Former first rounder of the Colorado Rockies in 1993. Brandon Moss. Nice defensive play, by the way. Got to it quickly and a strong throw to second.
Jamie Wright's one of those guys that takes an entire page in the media guide for his transactions, career transactions. A number of organizations.
And Moss, an 0 for 4. Strikes out against Jamie Wright. Andy LaRoche steps to the plate, which reminds us that the other day he modeled the batting gloves the kids will get and wristbands on Sunday, Kids Sunday. Starting out with a family fun zone on Federal Street before the game. Kids run the bases after the game. And again, all youngsters 14 and under receive batting gloves and wristbands courtesy of Kimberly Clark. Get your tickets. Call 1-800-5BUCKS or visit Pirates.com. It will be a great day to bring out the kids on Sunday. There are the gloves. Andy LaRoche showing them off, and the wristbands. Be ready. You'll be just like a pro when you get your wristbands and batting gloves on Sunday.
There's a cap for you right there.
It is currently a 3-run lead. It has been a long time. I'll have to go back and check since Matt Capps had a save opportunity. If it stays a 3-run advantage, we'll see Capps. There he is, getting ready.
Can't tell the players without a scorecard. Number 55, Matt Capps.
He was the winner last night thanks to the walk-off. Strike 3 called, much to Andy LaRoche's surprise and dismay. 1-2-3 go the Bucks. On to the 9th, trying to win game 1 of the series. Nice night to see Pirates baseball. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines on FSN Pittsburgh. Ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Matt Capps will look for save number 17, his first save opportunity in almost 2 weeks. Sunday, June 14th, picked up his 16th save against the Tigers.
Well, he let a save get away on May 15th against the Rockies, but he's been 10 for 10 save opportunities since then. Was sitting in the Pirate dugout the other night when, last night? What night was that?
For the win, you mean?
Yeah,
that
would be last night.
And a tapper. Caps off the hill. A bobble. Time. Throws. Gets. Billy Butler. You won't save. You won't compare him to Virgil Vasquez on this play, but he gets it done.
Well, these pitchers like to make it exciting.
Another look. Jose Guillen is 1 for 3. One ball, one strike. Guillen hit a double when it was misread by Nigel Morgan last time. 2 balls and a strike. Hit hard, but right at Andy LaRoche, stays with it. Guillen is the second out. Well, I hope you'll come out to see the Buccos tomorrow night. This crowd has enjoyed this one. Virgil Vasquez, his Pirates debut. 1 out away from the victory in his first major league win.
A lot of neat stuff tonight. You got 3 Pirate home runs. You got a young man getting that first W in the big leagues. Some nice defensive work. Pirates have played a very good baseball game tonight.
Mark Teahan walked against Vasquez in the second, bounced out in the fourth, struck out in the sixth. Virgil Vasquez, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 punchouts. A couple of years ago, Vasquez made 3 starts, 5 appearances for the Tigers. 2-1.
This crowd of over 18,000, 18,500 enjoying what the Pirates are doing tonight. Just kind of piggybacking how it ended last night, and hope we can extend this whole party throughout the weekend.
Hit to deep left center field. Morgan over, and it is gone. Home run for Mark Teahan, solo homer to make it a 5-3 game. Teahan's 9th of the season. Drove the Caps 2-1 pitch out of here.
9th for him, 4th given up by Matt.
So he forgets about it, goes after this man, Alberto Hayaspo. Quickly 0-2 on him. On the 93-mile-per-hour fastball. Vasquez, Steven Jackson, Sean Burnett, now Matt Capps. Ground ball, bobbled, recovered, Caps there, misses the bag. Couldn't find the bag.
Yep. Adam LaRoche had a little trouble getting a handle on the ball, and then the feed over to Matt Capps, so it wasn't clean on either end. There's the race. You see the Royals players at their bench rooting for that safe call. They get it. It doesn't look like it hurts, but you bring the tying run to the plate.
They're giving the error to Caps. Miguel Olivo with 11 home runs this season. Doubled to left in the second.
I think things aren't churning in the stomach of number 50, Virgil Vasquez, right now.
Line drive to left, a base hit. It's first and second. Caps gets the first two on ground balls. The home run to Tien, gets a ground ball to LaRoche, who bobbled it. And now Olivo, a single to left, 2 on. Not over.
Now Jaramillo, I want to make sure they got the same signs coordinated.
Mike Jacobs bats, the pinch hitter and the DH. Jacobs had a big pinch hit single in Wednesday's come from behind win in Houston. He has struggled his last 30 games, but he's dangerous. And a strike on Mike Jacobs.
And there have been some tense ninth innings this ballpark recently. All of a sudden we're looking at another one.
Get the call, 1-1. Don't know. Caps against Mike Jacobs, the former Marlin. Hit 32 home runs last year with 93 RBIs. There's a strike.
I don't know if we got even on that one or not, but fact remains it's 1-2.
Jacobs, a career .294 hitter against Pittsburgh with 3 homers. Stays 1-2.
Almost had a sense watching the look on Matt's face as he got ready to deliver that ball. He's going to reach back and get a little extra, and up on the gun here at the ballpark, it did register 95. It kind of looked like he was torquing up out there.
Mike Jacobs had struck out 69 times in 220 at-bats. That's a bunch. He's a threat to go deep. He's also a threat to swing and miss. And Jaramillo going to go out to talk one-on-one with Caps. Jack Wilson will also join the conversation. We saw Virgil Vasquez looking on nervously. Still 1 out away from his first major league win. But now the tying run is aboard. Fine start for Vasquez tonight. It's up to Capps. The Pirates closing. Two and two. Fastball way high. 16 saves, has Capps in the top 10 in the National League. Bloomquist on deck, but you hope it doesn't get to that. It's 2 and 2 on Mike Jacobs. He is 2 for 6 as a pinch hitter. 10 homers, 26 ribbies. Struck him out looking, raised the Jolly Roger. Virgil Vasquez, his first major league victory. Capps his 17th save.
Well, a little more excitement than we needed in the 9th inning, but it is official. It's a Pirate win.